I'm very sorry for the hiatus in the Jeep Roscoe series. If you're not aware, that basically where the series is about roughly 3 to 4 months behind where I am in actuality. And let's just say there's been a lot happening in the last couple of weeks, and I haven't had a chance to get a video done for you guys. So take this as a bit of a mid-season break. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and at the end of this episode I'm just going to give you a brief highlight of what is to come for the rest of the season. So thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. Please like and press the alert button as well so you get notifications for the next episodes. And please encourage anybody else to subscribe as well, because I've got to get up to 1,000 subscribers if I want to monetize this channel, and fingers crossed. Okay, enjoy this episode. Previously on Jeep Roscoe. Still quite breezy, so let me just put my back to the wind. And of course with the name Gwalia, which literally means Wales, how could I not go there? So effectively I would have done the Nullarbor in 2 days. Quite famous. Yeah, they really got some nice beaches. Okay, good morning. We're just leaving Milligan Point in Greenhead, heading north again. The general kind of plan for today is to stop in Port Denison. I think that's what it's called. Starts with a D anyway. There's like 2 towns one either side of the river, so we'll stop there on the way, get some brunch probably, because it's coming up to 10 o'clock now. By the time we get there it'll be about 10:30, 11. And then we'll continue north to Geraldton, which is like the main kind of town around here before you get into the wilds of the north. I'm going to stock up with some supplies there. I'm thinking, it's currently Thursday today, I'm thinking I'm going to stop in Geraldton for at least one night. I'm well aware that this weekend is Good Friday weekend, so Kalbarri, which is just to the north of Geraldton, a very big kind of adventure playground for people, is probably going to be rammed, not just this weekend but all of next week as well, because it's ANZAC Day next week. So you know, you've got Good Friday, Good Monday, and then ANZAC Day I think is on Thursday, so people are just taking a couple of days in between to take the entire week off. So I got 2 options basically: hang around Geraldton for quite a few days and try to sneak into Kalbarri every now and again, or spend one night in Geraldton, scoot on up to Kalbarri for a couple of nights if I can find somewhere that is, and then keep heading north. Problem is, between here now and Exmouth is going to be prime kind of tourist territory for people on school holidays, so I'm going to be pushing it. So what I might do is I might spend one night in Geraldton, try and get something in Kalbarri for a day or 2, and then come back down to Geraldton. Geraldton should be easy to get somewhere to stay because it's a bigger place. And then maybe when I'm back in Geraldton, try and do a day trip to the Azores Islands archipelago. That's a bit expensive, mind. If I do that, I'm not going to do the trip to Dirk Hartog. Dirk Hartog is looking more and more of an effort, so more and more of a mission to get there, but I still really kind of want to go. I'm hoping in Geraldton there's going to be a park Parks office, and I can go in and I can discuss it with them and see A, whether or not I'm able to go, and secondly, you know, how much it's going to cost, etc. Because if I'm going to go, I'll want petrol delivered to the island for me. These things all take, you know, time to arrange, so we'll see. Because you know, if for example I can go, but only if I go up there this weekend, and I'll just go up there this weekend and come back down to Kalbarri. I'm not too keen on double backing on myself, but you know, logistically needs must to this point. So anyway, that's my train of thoughts at the moment. We're on our way to Geraldton now. We should be in Geraldton by probably just after midday. It's a bit windy. Oh yeah, let's get out of the wind. A bit windy, but nice view of the ocean on the way. That's basically been on my side all the way up from Greenhead this morning. There's a lot of traffic on the road, so I'm not going to stay long here. Right, let's get cracking. So this is what I didn't want or expect: congestion. There's a big tailback of cars, probably a couple of kilometers long. We're down to 80 kilometers in 110, so fun times. You know, ideally I wanted to come up here at the end of February, and I would have missed all of this crap, but because of my citizenship ceremony, I had to wait until April. And here I am, mid-April, Easter weekend. Caught up in this. We're about to get onto the highway for the first time since Perth. So that might be interesting in terms of this car in front, by the way. That's kind of exactly what I didn't want on my route. We've just turned off the Brand Highway to go into Port Denison. There's two towns that I was saying earlier, Port Denison on one side and Dongara on the other side of the river. So they're basically like one, but Lonely Planet give it a very nice write-up, so we'll check it out. We may actually end up staying here tonight. It depends if I like the feel of the place or not, I guess. So this is Dongara, Port Denison. It's a lot bigger than I was expecting. That's the campsite on the left. Looking quite empty at the moment, so there's a possibility. Obelisk lookout. Backpackers here. And this looks like the foreshore here. This looks very nice, I have to say. Sleepy, yes, but let's go and look at the obelisk lookout first. You can see it plain as day up on the hill there. So I've just had a spot of dinner in Savalise, which is a nice pub on the waterfront in Port Denison, just down the street there. Had fish and chips, what else? And just walking along, there's a lot of fish in this bay. Some just surfaced there. I'll see if they do again. Oh yeah, there we go. There's some big fish in there. A lot of people crabbing down that end, but no one fishing here, weirdly. But Yeah, it's just after sunset. We're into twilight here. Maybe the extremities of golden hour, maybe, before the blue hour starts in photography terms. The moon is getting fuller and fuller, so we're probably at a waxing gibbet at the moment. Once again, putting poo-poo to my ideas for Milky Way photography. But yeah, very impressed with this little twin port of Port Denison and I've forgotten the other one. You can see it on the hill over there. It extends all the way up and around. Port Denison is like on the water here, this side of the River Irwin, and the other one I can't remember what it's called. It starts with a D as well. Dabina? No, something like that. Anyway, very, very impressed. Very idyllic. A lot bigger than I was expecting. This side of it more picturesque than the other, or at least what I've seen of it. It does extend to the beach around the other side, mine, so they might have a nice beach frontage as well. This side is a little bit more quiet. Across the River Irwin seems a bit more like the business side of it, proper town centre with Mitre 10 and big IGA and banks, etc. Whereas this one's just got a small little convenience store, a pub and bottle shop and a fish and chip shop. There's also, I don't know what it's called down there, but there's a Geraldton fish cooperative. I don't know whether or not you can go down there as a member of the public and buy fresh fish, or if it's just like a big trade import for the fleet of fishing vessels which are out at the moment. Yeah, there's quite a very nice aura with the after the sunset here. At the moment it looks quite calm both this side of the seawall and outside of it, but there is a reef just out there which has taken a lot of ships in the past. Alright, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. I'm gonna go home, have a cup of tea, maybe a beer, read a book, and hopefully have a good night's sleep for a change. I'm so tired, I haven't really slept very well for 2 nights in a row now. I think it's a little bit about me overthinking where I'm going to stay the next couple of days because it's Easter and everywhere's booked, blah 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 blah. But I'll try and get past that with a few beers. Alright, so we're just leaving Dongara, Port Denison. Dongara was the name I couldn't remember yesterday. Before going inland today, I'm going to head on up to Geraldton because a few people have suggested that even at peak times around here, Geraldton should have spaces. And it's like the main kind of regional centre up here, so I'm going to go and check it out, get a few bits and bobs. And then if I can't find anywhere, because it is Good Friday today, so even the tourist information etc. will probably be closed. So I'll head to Geraldton, and if I can't find anything in Geraldton for a couple of days, my thought process at the moment is get something in Geraldton for the entire bank holiday weekend. So then I'm alright. And whilst there, try and take a trip over to the Abrolhos Island. Now, the Abrolhos, I don't know if I'm saying it properly, but the Abrolhos Island archipelago is supposed to be quite stunning. You can do flight trips or boat trips across to them for the day, I don't know how expensive it's going to be. I think it's going to be quite expensive. So essentially, if I choose to do that, I won't be going to do a car tug. Alternatively, if I can't find anywhere in Geraldton, then I'm going to go inland for 4 or 5 days. I'm going to try and get up to some of the station stays in the outback. Yeah, so bank holiday fun, eh? Let it begin.
Obviously the black comes from Norseman, but the rest of it comes.
So this is Queen's Park Theatre behind me, right in the middle of Geraldton. It's got this little piazza at the front with this interesting sculpture. Then directly opposite across the road, you've got the Charles Xavier Cathedral. Only joking. It's St. Francis Xavier Cathedral, which I'm going to go around into the front and take some photos, but this is a nice angle of it as well. It's one of several designs around this part of Western Australia that were done by Monsieur Charles Hawkes, I believe his name was. I'll look that up later, correct myself if I'm wrong. But you got this lovely 1960s typical kind of concrete building there. Queen's Park Theatre is not much better, but I do like the fountains. And yeah, this little sculpture here, kids playing with a slide, for the look of it. Let's see what this little, what's going on here. Some kind of dates going up here in a big loop. What's that like? Ah, it's a sundial. The unique sundial sculpture was constructed in 2004. Children playing in the sun are the grandchildren, Darcy and Sophie. Two parts of the sundial constructed are called the gnomon and the hour plate. The overhead gnomon is tilted at 61.2 degrees north, the complementary angle of local latitude. Into the gnomon are cut the hour and a half clock faces. Okay. See up here. The concave hour plate receives the moving shadows. Engraved on the hour plate is the figure of 8, graduated in 4-day intervals of the whole year. Well, that's interesting. So yeah, when the sun is out, it's typically gone behind a cloud now. But yeah, when it comes through the necessary one and it falls on the dial, because corresponding date, you can work out what time it is. Very interesting sundial. Never seen one like this before. Yeah, oh well. Every day's a school day. So the cathedral was designed by John Cyril Hawes, who also goes by the name of Monsignor John Hawes. He was a priest and an architect, and as I said earlier, a lot of his architectural buildings are dotted around this part of Western Australia, and have quite a following. I mean, as you can see from this building, he was quite a good architect. I can't speak about how he was a priest, but very good architect. That's well evidenced. Right, just one last look. It's a Catholic church. It's got a dome on the top. A lovely picture of the Pope on the way out. That was sarcasm from me, by the way. I'm not religious in any sense of the word. The closest religion I'm closest to is paganism. But no, I'm a scientist. I don't believe in imaginary beings, but I can appreciate good architecture. On the opposite side of the road from the cathedral and the Queen's Theatre across the road, just a Lila on this corner, is Maitland Park. Nice big park full of corellas or white cockatoos. Yeah, beautiful little park. I like parks that got a bit of undulation in them as opposed to just flat. Corellas that are noisy things. On Kangaroo Island we had to move them on a few times because they were tearing up the football pitch. They dig into the ground. There's a dog running around. I hope they would have all taken off by now. There we go. So I managed to find a place in Drummond Cove, which is about 12 k's up the coast from Geraldton, just down that way. to stay here for 2 nights, so I'm going to use it as a bit of a follow-on admin, catch up with some video editing, etc. And then tomorrow maybe I'll go out and explore for the day, knowing that I can come back here to the base. This afternoon I'll try and sort out what comes after. It's now Friday, so what comes after Saturday, so we need accommodation for Sunday onwards. And, yeah, time to chill out for a bit. I gotta remember on these trips that I don't have to do something every day. That's a big thing that I keep forgetting about. So it's Saturday today, just after Good Friday. I'm in the Drummond Cove Holiday Park, just north of Geraldton, like 12 k's, 10-minute drive, something like that. I've decided that since the Easter Madness is going to be extended until Friday next week, that I'm going to try and head inland a little bit and kind of bide my time a little bit until ANZAC Day before going up to Kalbarri, which is fine. I'm in no hurry, and I always wanted to go and do a station stay, like farm station, which is like a farm basically, in the outback. There's a couple of stations you can go and stay on. The one I'm going on tomorrow is about 2.5 hour drive east of Geraldton, and there's activities there. You can go horse riding, shooting. So yeah, the one I'm going to is called Gabion Station, and I'll just show you on the map quickly. Oh, by the way, this is my view when I wake up in the morning. That's the Indian Ocean out there. At 5 o'clock this morning, the moon set over there. I wasn't quick enough to get my camera out, but I'll try again tomorrow morning. Anyway, so let's just look at where we are. Here's Geraldton, and we're in Drummond Cove, which is just to the north, as you can see. Now, tomorrow I need to go back down to Geraldton and then head out on the Geraldton Mount Magnet Road, which goes down here. And here's the place I'm staying at, Gabion. Now that doesn't look far, but in terms of differences, you will see quite a difference in the lush green patches around Geraldton and the shoreline and the outback. Although we are heading into it's autumn at the moment, so they might have had a bit of rain recently, so I'm looking forward to it. If you come there around this region in July onwards, it's like an explosion of wildflowers when they have a good bit of rain in the winter, so I don't think we're going to see that, but you never know. So Gabion, there's Kalbarri there, so we're not far away. So there's a station here, Murchison House. They've got 2 campsites there, like bush camp and campsite. The campsite's fully booked at the moment, and the bush camp is inaccessible because they've had too much rain and it's cut off the access to the 300,000 acre site. So yeah, Gabion Station doesn't look very far from Geraldton, but that's the same distance as between like London and Swansea basically. This is what this bit looks like. And I lift up the top here and try to tap in, fly as much as I can. I've tried experimented with bungees either end, but when it sandwiches, those bungees come loose, so still need to work around that. And then you get the next support beam, lift it up. That one's nicely tucked in. Was the rain skirt kind of folds down. Once the rain skirt on the bottom folds up, you try to encapsulate as much as it behind these covers, because when you're using the zip, which is down the bottom here, this material often gets caught in the zip and is a bloody nightmare. So as you can see, that's looking a lot nicer and neater now. I could use this to compress it even further, but I want to get that side sorted first. Again, we've got a similar situation on this side. To compress it a bit further on both sides. And then we'll get the cover up. Almost done. We've just got one tie to do. Pass those through the loops and the straps on the top and secure them, and then we're done. And there we go. Rooftop tent is now secure and ready to move. So this is Mills Point Lookout in the Chapman Valley, just to the east of Geraldton. And beautiful, look at it. Absolutely beautiful. These fields, you can see the browny ones look like they've just been tilled, so you know, in other times of the year they might be quite rich in colour. So that was very loud and very close. Good morning. We're just about to leave Drummond Cove Caravan Park now. Yesterday when I was going to do a bit of shopping, I realised that there was a McDonald's. Sorry, just put on the plug-in. I realised there was a McDonald's that had extremely good Wi-Fi, and since I've been trying to upload an episode for the last 2 days without any joy whatsoever, this morning I'm going to go for breakfast in McDonald's and see if I can upload my episode on their Wi-Fi. Fingers crossed that there hasn't gone downhill in the last 24 hours. It's a nice little spot. The park itself could do with a little bit of TLC, but you know, overall it's a nice spot, really overlooking the sea, so that's lovely. The main road is just there, mind, so you know, up until about 9 PM it's a bit noisy, but yeah, that's fine. The showers are amazing. The pressure on them was brilliant, and you know, they clean them up daily, so that's good as well. The staff here are extremely helpful as well, and very kind and what have you. So yeah, like I'd recommend it. Drummond Cove Holiday Park. It's a good 10 minutes out of Geraldton, but it's good. I managed to get it in here, you know, at the height of, where are these flies coming from? At the height of the Easter holidays, so that's a huge plus for it. I have identified one flaw with my my Jeep Power operations mind. Yesterday I didn't drive very far. I was just going in and out, stopping all the time to go in and out of shops or whatever in Geraldton. So the the alternator didn't get to charge the battery very often. Speaking of which, let's plug it in. Alright, so it's officially on 0 at the moment. When I woke up this morning, which was a couple of hours ago now, it was on 30%. So yesterday I didn't drive very far, so the alternator didn't charge it very much. When I come back here, the storm clouds are in, so no sun either. So to quote Scott Morrison, the sun doesn't shine all the time. And I thoroughly bashed the crap out of my battery by using it to charge my laptop and torches and whatnot. So, you know, not the best idea, Evans. So, yeah, in future, if it's going to be a couple of days of cloudy days, for example, and I'm not going to drive very far, then I've got to really limit the usage of the power cell. So on charge now from 0, so I've only got 2.5 hours of driving to do today, and the clouds are in for at least another day, so my fridge freezer might be turned into an icebox for the next 24 hours. Anywho, let's get to McDonald's. Nice little bit of country up here, isn't it? Just on a little lookout / parking lay-by. On the route to Gabion station. Next week on Jeep Roscoe. So we got to Gabion station, which is just out of the road there. Nice wash dress there. So we're just going a little bit off script here. So it's been an absolutely amazing time in Western Australia. It's almost like we're walking in heaven or something. And hello, South Australia.